Hey, looks like we're live again. That's what it says. Hi, everybody. How we doing today? Well, I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll try it today. Running in circles as usual. I just took my car up. They're detailing it, uh, cleaning it up a little bit. Anybody just missed that last statement? Got my car up being detailed. So uh, I'm glad everybody's getting here. According to this, I've got 4 people already. That's cool. I'm going to show you something to start out with. I got these at Walmart. 2-3 years back. And they still got them. The last I knew. This is a fantastic little bottle. It keeps everything pretty cold very well. Does a very nice job. Anyway, I've lost 2 people already, according to that. JD, how you doing? Welcome. Glad you're here. Good. That's a good deal. Where are you from, JD? I mean, don't give me no street addresses, not just kind of a state, country, or whatever. I did have a guy one day started giving me his whole address. Yeah, no need to do that. My numbers are going up and down. I don't know whether that means people are coming and going or what's going on. Anyway, I'm glad we got some people here. And JD is here. I don't know who else is here, but that's good. Anyway, I hope everybody is surviving this little epidemic of ours. It's created a mess. You don't get to see doctors anymore. I don't know where you're at, JD, but around here, your doctor's appointments have all been canceled and what have you. And if they give you a new appointment for a month later, and then they cancel that, and they keep going. And my foot doctor, podologist, or well, something like that. I can't pronounce it, but anyway, it's now scheduled way into October. Oh, from the Netherlands. Well, welcome. Yes. How's everything going over there? But no, they got a real mess going with these appointments. My wife had her physical the other day over the phone, a regular phone, not a smartphone where they can see you, over a regular phone. That did not impress me at all. If you're going to have any kind of procedure, nice weather, some rain, very chilly. Okay, well, we had rain last night, but it's hot right now here. We're going through a hot spell, which we don't complain about. In northern New York State, you don't complain about warm weather because you don't get that much of it. Our summers are very short up here. I think it keeps bouncing between 3 and 4 up there. Anyway, if you're going to have any kind of procedure done, nerve block injection or whatever, it doesn't matter. You have to have the virus test before you can. So, okay. So my wife was set up to have her nerve block test, which she was like 4 or 5 months past her nerve block deal anyway, with this pandemic thing. So anyway, to make a long story short, they had her go and get a nerve block on a Saturday. And her appointment was for Wednesday. So she goes and gets her test on Saturday. It came back negative and all that good stuff. And come Wednesday, we show up for the appointment. Oh, no, you can't have that. It's been over 72 hours since you had your test. Now, why didn't they tell us that to start with? But anyway, make a long story short, if I sit over this way, the lighting is much better in it. It's very hard to do anything with doctors here now because that put her into about a 4-week delay because they had to reschedule everything. So we got to go for another test. Shouldn't have to have another one of these virus tests, and then gets her procedure done. Everything I've been scheduled for, they just canceled. Back in January, my regular doctor said he wanted me to see my cardiologist right away because he didn't like something there. And anyway, make a long story short, I haven't seen the doctor yet. They keep giving me appointments and then canceling appointments. And anyway, I pretty well straightened out their thing anyway. I have to take a aspirin every morning for a blood thinner. So I'd wake up awful short of breath. So I started taking an extra aspirin at night. That seemed to cure that problem pretty good. Gave me a little bit better blood thinner. So I see we got 6 people now. There we go. That's good. Very glad to have you all. Who else we got here? Get on crack. Hello there. I like that one. That's cool. Oh, I'm doing quite well. I'm doing pretty good. For an old man of 77, I'm doing pretty good. I keep going. Don't mind my name. I like it. It's cool. I just had a comment this morning, and my cat is Mr. Whiskers, and some of you have seen it in the commercial or in my videos and what have you. Anyway, she says, "Mr. Whiskers for president." She said, "That's not a bad idea." Well, I try to be. Sometimes I can be funny and sometimes I can't. Most of the time, not. But so I took back and I told her to design some campaign posters for him. But he probably wouldn't do any worse than some of the people we've had for president. The last few years, it seems like you don't really get anybody you want. You just kind of try to vote for the lesser of two evils. And basically what you end up doing is closing your eyes and clicking the little thing and hoping that the man upstairs is watching over things. I'm going to show you all my, you guys need a Walmart sells this bottle, and I didn't know that it would keep it that cold. It keeps water really good and everything. Small, lightweight. And the only place I've seen them is Walmart, but some of the other sporting goods stores and stuff must have them. And you'll find it in sporting goods. You won't find it in the regular departments. But thought I'd show you that because I've been using them for about 3 years now, and I like it. I just happened to think of it this morning. I thought I'd pass it on. Well, my days are pretty busy. First thing this morning, I took the car up to drop it off to the Oneida Nation, the Indian Nation up there. They got a wonderful car care center. And they, when I get my car back, it'll look just like new. They really detail it nice. Emu, hey. Well, hey to you too. There you go. Then I come home. And I've been doing a lot of work around here, trying to get some things done. And trying to read something here and it ain't working. It's not trying to either. Well, anyway, we won't worry about that. Oh, quarantine has been pain in the neck. As most of you know, and maybe some of you don't, and some people tell me I don't look it. I'm 77. So at my age, you kind of try to dodge this virus if you can. You know, that's something I don't want to get involved in. But because I got the ticker's got some problems. My lungs have got problems. And well, at my age, old age, you know. But anyway, so I'm just trying to avoid this virus thing. Wear my mask when I go out. That good stuff. You know, there's a funny thing. When this thing first started, I says, we ought to be wearing masks. You know, doctors are on the TV telling, no, don't wear a mask. You don't need the mask. It won't do you any good. But now all of a sudden, he wants you to wear the mask, and I wanted to wear a mask to start with. Well, thank you very much. And I hope you're doing well, too. We got one fellow from the Netherlands here. Not sure where the rest of you are from. But this pandemic thing's been a pain in the neck. But the nicest thing is they've just reopened restaurants a little bit around here, which is great. I have a friend that we go to coffee every Saturday morning, and him and I, we look forward to it. Something different. Oh, you're also from the Netherlands too. Well, that's good. That's very good. No, it's well, I know. I was talking about me and my buddy. We always go to coffee every Saturday morning. Well, since the pandemic come on, that was the end of that. So now tomorrow morning will be our first morning going back to Flo's for coffee. And Flo's is a place, I did a video on it. Actually, I think I did a couple of videos. 10-cent coffee. And it's good coffee. They're using Paul de Lima coffee, which is a good coffee brand around here. What's your question, my friend? Well, one nice thing about down the floor is they went through the whole place and remodeled and everything while the thing was on. They're open 7 days a week, so they never really got a chance much to remodel the place. But now it's nice. Why did I start doing YouTube videos? Well, I was kind of looking for a hobby, partially, and a friend of mine told me I should get into it because I do a little tech stuff and this and that. Although I'm getting old enough now that I don't really get too deep into it anymore. I mean, I just rebuilt my computer again and stuff like that, and I did some stuff on that. But I've kind of run out of stuff to post on this tech stuff. I mean, it's don't have money enough to buy a lot of being on Social Security. You don't have a lot of money to spend on building a lot of different stuff. But I did do my update on my computer. I went to Ryzen 5, and I like that much better. It's better than the old, was that thing 3750 or something like that. It's I had the 8-core AMD in there before. This is processor speed wise. The other one had a 4.2 at boost. This has got a 4. Well, supposedly 4. It's supposedly 4.2, but it with a boost. But this thing runs at usually 4.1, 4.2 right along, and sometimes 4.3 and 4.4, depending on what it feels like. And I haven't got anything boosted or anything, so I kind of lucked out. As I say, I kind of won the silicone lottery, I guess. Oh, JD has a Ryzen 5. And my friend here says I deserve 500K subscribers. Well, I wish I had 500K subscribers. I fought to get this far. I would love to have 500K subscribers. That would be cool. But no, that's so cute. The VH, CHVH. Okay, I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that, but welcome, and glad you're here. The old Bulldozer 8-core. I wish I could think of what the heck. The 3750 AMD 3750, but that's all I can remember now. But it's an 8-core anyway. It was supposed to be an 8-core. Well, gee, I got a check in the mail here a while back for $30 from where I bought the processor for it years ago, because they found out they lost some lawsuit because they weren't truly an 8-core processor. There were only 4. So this Ryzen 5 is a 6-core, but it's actually got 12 threads to it. So it makes it a lot faster that way. Oh, you had a brother from JD. Okay, that's good. Oh, and I got the mother of JD. Hey, that's cool. I got the whole family, just about. For those days. Well, I have a number of them that I like. A lot of my stuff when I do it now, I like to go out and some of the little shops and different stuff. I like to go through and record them and what have you, and show you what's in them and stuff. Since this is shut in, I can't do any of that. In fact, I can't get out and find anything really interesting to really give you, and to do stuff on. But I got into this live because everybody kept telling me how to do live, so I got into live. I like this live. I get to talk to you. We get to communicate. I mean, I like this. This is nice. I like to hear what people got to say. Um, but as far as favorite videos go, um, I've got some that I kind of really proud of, and some that the I'm not really great for editing. I just straight down the road with it. Once in a while, I'll cut something out. Um, yes, that's it. Like to talk to you like in real time, because if you got a question, you can ask me. If I got an answer, I can give it back to you. Uh, but uh, the the tech world has got pretty involved. Um, it's changing too rapidly. Uh, I started out doing mainly tech stuff, and then I kind of switched over because I do everything. And that's what I tell people. Right, when I started out, I says my channel is going to be different. In fact, I did that in one of my videos. I did this little introductory video. God, it was like my second video, and I was so nervous that I used to be terribly scared. I look at that camera and I go, you know. Uh, First few times was kind of rough. Now, don't bother me. It. I like to do different things, and being shut in, it limits me. The tech stuff, I can't afford to buy a lot of stuff. And unless you're a big time channel, you can't seem to get, the companies don't want to bother with sending you anything. Yeah, that's the thing. If you get in front of a camera the first time, it's like, it's, yeah, it can be kind of intimidating. But now that doesn't bother me at all. Now I just be myself and let it go at that. And hope everybody likes it. This live stuff, I've been a little bit. Uh, Can I read this a minute? Yeah, you got it. It's the stuff is way too expensive. Cell phones are right out of this world. I did one on this A50 that I bought. Um, this is. I gotta see what the heck was going on with this thing. There we go. Uh, yeah, my A50. Of course, Mr. Whiskers' has pictures on it. Move it over there and show you Mr. Whiskers. In fact, if you look past me, he's sleeping on the window seat back there. Uh, he Wonderful cat. 17 pounds of pure love. The that thing there was expensive enough. uh, I'm not really sure. I got him from the pound. Uh, my Molly, she passed on from cancer, and I guess sitting beside you. The uh, Molly I had for 11 years, and uh, kind of broke my heart when I lost her. The, uh, 'Cause, 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 'cause because she was, well, she's the one that's on my logo and stuff for the YouTube channel. She was constantly with me. And as I say, I lost her to cancer. And then, well, it was so lonely in here and stuff, you know. I says, well, I told the wife, I says, we got to get another cat. She says, yes, we do. So we went to the pound. And we were looking for, they didn't have. But this, hello there, how you doing? The this old guy was laying there, and something about him just drawed my attention. And I says, I'd like to see that cat. They said, oh, he won't come to you or nothing. She says, you don't like people. I said, well, bring him out. So they went, they got him, they brought him out. He ran right to us. He jumped on the wife's lap. Then he got on my lap. And she said, well, that's funny. I says, well, cats choose who they like. I says, well, there it is. I says, well, that's our cat. So yeah, well, I do. I love cats too. Always have. Of course, we can't have dogs in the apartment, so it's a downside. That's part of the problem with downsizing. Anyway, this old guy, my vet thinks he's about 7. So I don't know. But I've had him now for about 1.5 years. And a wonderful cat. Wonderful. I brought him home. Now, you know, usually you bring a cat home, goes under the bed for 2 days, and you don't see him, and, you know, they finally sneak out. But anyway, this old guy brought him home, and I brought him up here, and this is, we call this the cat room, because this is where the cat tree is and all that stuff. But anyway, brought the cage in, set it down, I closed the door, because I says, well, you know, so me and the wife are with him. We open it up. He walks out like he owns the place, and wasn't scared of nothing. Walked around the room, went over to the door, and kind of wanted to go out. And that's okay. So we went down through, and he looked the whole apartment over. That was fine. He was with us the rest of the day, just like he'd been here forever. Got ready for bed that night, and he raced me to the bed, and he likes to sleep on my chest. Okay, well, thank you. Well, go. You have a good lunch now. Just enjoy. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you. So I mean, he's a wonderful cat. He's been just great. He doesn't get on furniture. I mean, we let him on the couch and on a chair because one set, you know, that's sat with us, and but we had to coax him up there because he just didn't want to get on nothing. It's fine, except on the floor. Except this cat's seated in her bed, and that's so now he sits on the couch and on the easy chair with us. But he loves his window seat, and his tree sometimes goes up on the top of that. And he's with me a lot. I mean, he follows me right around room to room and what have you. So that's good. That's really cool. Oh, I love dogs. Always had dogs. Always had a dog along with my cat. Uh, as I say, being in an apartment, you can't have dogs here. And we've been here. Yeah, we're in our 9th year here, I think. And I say to anybody that's thinking of downsizing, I tell them, no, don't. You won't enjoy it. Because when you get your own place, you got a little workshop maybe, what have you. You turn the garage into a workshop or whatever, and you can tinker with this and that and what have you. You move into an apartment and you haven't got it. Oh, them are nice. Yes. Them are a great little dog. The, yeah, I'd like a dog, but I just, be in here. I'd also like a room to have a workshop too. Uh, I always had a shop at home, and I did everything in there. I repaired stuff and what have you. And uh, when you downsize, you get into an apartment that's, thank you. I hear that a lot. So it must be I'm not too bad a person then. Uh, I try to be nice. I I'm well. What you see is what you get. I mean, I'm been this way all my life. It I like everybody, and um, it's it's all the way you look at life, I guess. I mean, that's just to me. I'm always look on the bright side, or try to, and I look for the good in everybody. Thank you. The And I would love to, as I say, I would love to be able to get more tech stuff to do things with and show you what have you and what on it. But uh, you know what it is, money. And now, if you get 1 million subscribers, these big companies will give you all kinds of stuff. You see these guys. I like Jay's 2 cents there, and Linus, he's out of Canada. I like him. Uh, Linus started out with a YouTube channel doing stuff at a park. He's got a big company up there now. Great, big, monstrous building, all kinds of employees. I mean, that's what you call success. Okay. Well, you have a nice shower. We'll see you in bed. The Yeah, those guys, they got enough people, enough subscribers that they got lots of backing, and it's nice when a company is sending you a $1,000 video card. Here you go. Here's a video card for you. You can test that and play with it and what have you. That's a nice deal. Um, when you're little, and you guys know what it is. When you're a little channel, ain't nobody sending you nothing. Um, that's not gonna happen. But anyway, I do what I can do, and that's it. I'm happy with it. Um, but I like the AMD products. They're decent. But let's see. What else shall we talk about, guys? But the panoramic has been a pain in the neck. I hope that the Netherlands there, I don't know how, they haven't told us much in the news about how you guys are doing over there. I hope everything's all right. Um, Here I think it's going to be a mess again, because up here, New York State, we got a governor, and he's done a fantastic job. He really has. Um, he shut things down immediately and got everybody social distancing and stuff right off the bat. And New York City was in a really mess down there, but he's kept the rest of the state from becoming anything, and he's got that all straightened out down there now. And I mean, he's done a good job. Now we got lots of other states that they weren't doing social distancing, they weren't doing anything, and now they're peaking. They're starting to get. And the worst thing about that is what'll happen is they'll get peaking real big, and then somebody will come visit from there. We'll go to other states and spread it around some more, and that's all it takes. They were showing on the news the other night there, 12 people got together someplace and had a little party deal in this place. They all test positive now. I mean, somebody had it and passed it around to everybody. So it's, I guess it's a real contagious thing. You got to kind of be careful of it. I'll be right back. I've got another phone ringing. I'll be right back. I'm back. Nobody say. Feel free to say anything. Jump in there, guys, and anything you want to talk about, we'll talk about it. But no, our governor's done such a great job that if he was to run for president, I'd vote for him. And that's saying something. I usually don't really. I always vote in the presidential elections, but I can't say that I'm happy with a lot of people I vote for. And this next election in this country is going to be kind of rough, I think. The guy that wants to get in and the guy that's in there, oh well. It's going okay here. It's just. That is a short week, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's pretty. Well, at least you're back to school. Here, they don't even know what they're going to do with the schools yet. They've. I'm looking for my handkerchief. Be right back again. 1 second. I'm back, folks. I have sinuses. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, I didn't know that. Glad you told me. By the way, don't forget to put live chat on, not top chat. Okay. I can figure that one out. Well, the teachers go to your class. I like that idea. And don't forget to put live chat on. Oh. Okay, that I'll have to look up. Oh, it says top chat above the chat box. I'm looking for that. Oops. Just lost everybody. It's, not top chat. Yeah, mine says live chat above it. Let's see. You had small classes, numbers of people to start with. Um, the I don't know what it is for sure right now, but usually I think it's 25 to 30 students, somewhere in that category is what we were running for classrooms over here. You were running 16 and now you're running 8. That's good. So you don't have as many students stuck in a classroom, so it was easier to break it down. See, with us, they're trying to figure out how to break down 25 to 30 people, and it's kind of rough. Hey, should be good then. Okay. Well, hopefully, I hope everybody's getting in there all right with this chat thing. That this, my idea on this now, this is my idea for the schools and everything else. If I could get somebody to listen to me. This ultraviolet lighting, it kills the virus. There's an airport or two using it now, and a couple of restaurants. One restaurant, the guys built a display in the middle of the floor with the ultraviolet tubes. It made it almost like a sculpture, and it's really pretty. But the thing is when you walk past it, it kills all the virus stuff. And in fact, they make a wand that you can run over a person, and it kills all the viruses on it. And my idea would be to have those ultraviolet tubes, so when you walk into the school, the kids get, this taking their viruses off, and in the classrooms, and then in fluorescent ceiling bulbs, because these bulbs are like a fluorescent bulb. Put a few of them in the ceiling. I mean, maybe there's something wrong. I don't know, but I would think would help a little bit. Being that there's some places that, and many years ago, they used to put ultraviolet lights in the restrooms. I'm going back in the late 50s and early 60s, and to help kill germs and stuff. And I don't know what happened to that. They did that for a number of years, and then the stuff went on. Probably to cut costs as they built stuff. They just, how stuff is they start out building stuff, and then they got it right, and then they start cutting it down. Give an example of that. Volkswagen, the old Volkswagen Beetle, back in the 60s. One of the engineers came out with this nice cowling deal they put on the inside of the little hood on the back to keep the rain off the engine and stuff. Great. They gave him a big bonus for it and stuff. This is a true story, by the way. The following year, the same engineer, because they were looking for ways of cutting costs, took that cowling thing off and got another bonus and to save cost. He's going to put it on there sideway. I always thought that was kind of cool, but that was, over the years, I've watched a lot of these things happen like that. I've watched a lot of businesses come and go. And usually I can predict when a big company's going under. Well, my favorite car. Well, I had a Kia for 10 years and loved it. And, but I was a little bit mad at the company. So I'm driving a Toyota now. But this is what made me mad. In fact, I did a video on this, by the way. They tell you got a 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. Okay? So that means you got a bumper here and a bumper there. Everything between there ought to be warranted. Okay. Well, my car was, when my Kia was about, a little over 2 years old. It started developing a little hole in the seat. Those threads were coming apart. So I went to the dealership and I showed it to him. I said, "This is coming. I said this is gonna get big hole someday." And well, we'll check that out. But usually we don't warranty the seats. Well, they messed around. About a month later, they said, "Well, no, they won't cover it." So I contacted Kia, and they, "Oh no, we don't cover that." What do you mean don't cover that? You got 5-year, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty. What, the seat ain't between the bumpers? I go. And anyway, I did finally talk to this one person. I said, "Well, get it fixed and send us the bill." I said, "You going to send me something in writing on that?" "Well, no, you don't need nothing in writing." "Yes, you do, because if you know what would have happened if I went down and had it fixed." They did. Anyway, that left a sour taste in my mouth. If I tell you that something's guaranteed bumper to bumper, everything in between them bumpers, unless it's a normal wear item, you got to typically stress that. Like brakes and tires, no, they ain't going to cover that. But stuff like that, they should. I had one other seat years ago on a car. The seat came apart, and that was on a seam on the side, and they replaced it with no argument, no problem. But that's So just that's. So I'm driving this little Toyota now, and I bought it used, and the Kia I bought new. And I couldn't afford new one this time. Hey, Susan Stewart's here. Glad to see you. Glad you're here. To get back to your what was my favorite car? I'm going to go way back on you now. Studebaker. My father had a Studebaker, and of course, by the time I got around, all that was basically left was used ones, and there was a few new ones, but they were out of our price range, of course. And that when you're just starting out. But Studebaker was a fantastic car. They were way ahead of their time. But I think probably because that was my first car too. I had a used Studebaker, and God, they were great. They run forever. So I think probably the Studebaker was probably my favorite car. In today's market, uh, I think they're probably all pretty good, um, really. But I since I got this Toyota, it rides so much quieter and so much better and stuff than the Kia did that uh, but the Kia is a good car. I mean, I'm not going to knock it. As I say, I just didn't. I was mad at them because they wouldn't make that thing right. Oh yes, you're getting into cars now. That's they were good. My father had an old Chrysler New Yorker limousine he bought, and talk about a limousine. It was a limousine. It had a window between you and the back seat, um, and the back there was almost big enough to set up a table. Um, my father bought that out of the back row of a used car lot for a little or nothing because nobody wanted it because it was huge and big. And in 1950, nobody wanted it. I mean, that had a straight eight engine in it that was a monster. It had a four-speed transmission on the column. You shifted it on the column. And it was kind of oddballish, but a wonderful old car. My father bought that thing used, and we took the back seat out, and he had these canvases he'd sewed up that fit right in the back. And we hauled wood in the back of that, everything with it. And we had that car. Oh God, he bought that in about 1954. And we had that thing into, well, I'll put it this way. In 1965, I was in Vietnam. Well, I was there 65 and 66, but this friend of mine from another unit come down, and he says, I'm going home. And he says, I got to get a car when I get home. He says, 'cause I always had a couple of cars around I was in school. And he said, you got anything up the house? I said, I got the old Chrysler up there yet. I said, see the old man? I says, I wrote him out a note. And I give it to him. I says, my father knows you. And I says, he'll give it to you. And so he went and got it. And he drove it from New York State to California, and where they stationed him. And that was in 1966. He drove it out there, and we bought that thing in 54 used. It was a 1950. That tells you how tough it was. It had about 400,000 miles on it, and it just kept running. And it had a body that wouldn't quit. So that was a cool car. Well, here's either 84. How you doing? That Monte Carlo is quite a car, Susan. I couldn't get into the new General Motors stuff though. I don't know. It just didn't do anything for me. That Dodge Challenger though, that was quite a car. Yep, it did. Well, some of them old cars would, because you got to remember something. The straight eight engine. I never see any of them go bad when I was a kid growing up. Um, I bought a 54 Packard just before I went into service. And now I went into service Well, I graduated in '62, and that fall I went in the service, and I had that '54 Packard, and when I went in the service, and that had a little over 300,000 on it. The guy that I bought it off of, he bought it new, and gave me the paper, and he says it's got over 300,000 miles on it, and I put another, just a few thousand on it, not very much, because I bought it not too, probably 6 or 8 months before I went into service. So that. Well, there you go. Chevy Impalas are nice cars. 2004 Monte Carlo SS. Yeah, that's doing pretty good. Them are nice cars. Now I miss my Kia though. Now that Kia mine was a 2010 Kia Forte, and it had that first 2-liter high performance 4 that they put out in it, and it had the regular 4-speed automatic in it, and which didn't give you the greatest gas mileage compared to what you'd expect out of a small car, but it would go. You step on the gas, it push you back in the seats just like the old cars would, and that was neat. That's the only thing I miss about it, is it had the power. You never kicked it into passing gear to pass anything. It would just fly around them. It was a good car. And the reason I got rid of it is it was killing me pocketbook wise. It was one thing after another was going, and in fact, I had to put $650 in it just so I could trade it in. But that's all right. I got almost 5,000 for it. I traded it in because the body was mint on it, and but this little Toyota, I bought this. This isn't bad. This is a nice little car for an old man. It's my performance cars are old. It's like my motorcycle riding. It's over. I wanted one of those little slingshots. That's the 3-wheel motorcycle that's set side by side in. I thought, boy, me and my wife could have fun with one of them. I went and priced them. Yeah, forget it. You could buy a house for what you can buy in the old days you could buy a house, but what you could buy that for. Them things are $30,000, them little slingshots. Ridiculous. As far as regular motorcycles go, I can't ride them anymore. My legs won't hold them up. My legs are shot, and don't have the strength in them. Yeah, not anymore. I haven't rode motorcycles since 1993, and that was my first wife got sick in '93, and she was in and out of the hospital constantly, and till she passed in 2000. And I gave up motorcycle riding in '93 because I didn't, she couldn't ride with me anymore. It was a good time to give it up. But I get the fever every now and then. In the spring, when they first start rolling motorcycles out, riding them around, I get the fever real bad. But today the traffic is it's got a whole lot worse than it was in '93. we've added another 27 years of extra people on the road. So I bad enough driving a car, I think. But I did think that the little slingshot it did look like it'd be kind of fun to play with on the back roads and stuff. But at $30,000, no, I that'd be an awful monthly payment for something to play with. And we did manage to surpass an hour, didn't we? Fever, that's a good term before. Yeah, that's the thing that's the term I've always put to it, and the rest of us up around me have. And uh, I'm from a little town out in the country, and grew up on a farm mainly, and stuff. And we have a lot of old sayings that just nobody else ever heard of. I don't think, but our area we had them. But the fever, that's about that's a good way to describe it because it does. You see it, boy, you really get it. Well, I couldn't hold it up. To be honest with you, I could not hold it up. And as far as a little motorcycle goes, I couldn't stand it. In fact, after I sold my motorcycle in '93, my youngest boy, he went out and he bought this little the 350 Kawasaki. That's what it was. And he brought it over to the house. He says, "Here." He says, "Here, Dad." He says, "You've always rode." He says, "Ride that." And I rode that a couple of times. I felt like I was going to fall over. It just didn't have the feel of the big bikes, and it didn't have the power, and I couldn't ride it. I back to him. I says, "No, I can't ride that." I says, "Thank you, but I appreciate it." But I didn't have time really. I was taking care of the wife there, so I didn't have time to really ride it anyway. And but as I say, I rode it around the block a few times, and I just felt like I was going to fall over. It just did not feel like the big stuff. And now that's a nice little bike. Yeah. Well, that engine will move it along. Some of the stuff I rode when I was young had some pretty. We had one old motorcycle. We had one old motorcycle. We had converted it. We put a old hay baler motor on it. Hey, how we doing? I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I'm doing quite well. Let's see. Chinese moped called Hanway, raw 50, 4-speed, 67 kilometers top. 67 kilometers. That's about 60 miles an hour, right? I think. Although kilometers, wait a minute. Trying to. Right now, I can't convert that in my head to save my soul here. Or is that less than that? That might be in the. Oh God, Sears and Roebuck had a little moped type thing. Only back then they had a cowling on the front and stuff. It was a scooter more than anything. It's close to 40 to 43 miles an hour. Yep, that's about what that little Sears job I had when I was very young. That'd do just around 40. Yep, miles per hour. Yep, that's brings back memories. Yep, that was I can't remember exactly what they did call that old Sears job. Oh yeah, I wrote all kinds of weird stuff. The best motorcycle I had was the last one I had. I bought a brand new 1976 Suzuki, and that was 1,000 cc, and I had, oh, I can't remember, around 90,000 miles on it. And by the time 93 rolled around, and it ran just like new, and it looked like new because I kept it up really nice. Phone again. I'll be right back. Oh boy, I'm back. Hey, oh golly, I see by the clock here, and I've got some company coming, so I think I'm going to have to cut this down. I'm glad you all came. I really am. This has been a fantastic little video here. I love it when I get us all to talk to. I've really enjoyed it. The I thank you all. I'm glad. I'm glad that you're glad that to see me live. I'd like to do more of this, but finding time is a anybody who hasn't retired yet won't realize this. But once you retire, you don't have any time at all. That's because your wife's honey-do list is about that long. But anyway, I think I had more time to do things when I was working. But when you get older, you don't. Okay, my friend, I'll see you later. I'm going to be signing off in a couple minutes anyway. But no, when you get my age, you get up in the morning, it's time to go to bed. That's just about the way how fast the day seems to go. It really flies. And my new wife keeps me pretty busy. We've been married, it'll be 3 years in January. And so we keep busy, I'll tell you. We try to, of course, this thing has kept us tied down, but that's all right. We got a little flower garden and stuff out there. Well, I hope you don't miss it either. I've enjoyed you being here. And pretty much the whole family, I think, close to it. And I'm very, very glad you were here. I'm glad you all were here. Really, I mean, it's been nice. I've really enjoyed this, and anything that you guys want me to do a video on anytime, You can make it, and in my comments on the videos when you watch them, just make a comment what you'd like to see, and I'll try to do something about it. And I used to do an awful lot of requests on money and stuff. Because I had a lot of old money. I got friends with old money, and so I usually can get a hold of a coin or something. If anybody wants me to do it, I can try to feature it. I've featured quite a lot of old stuff that I got one there that's a half dime I did way back. It's much smaller than a dime. It's a very tiny thing. Can't remember what I put next to it now. I put some big coins, I put some regular dimes next to it, and it's about half the size of them. And that was cool. Did that one. Well, anyway, I'm glad you all came. I really am. And as I say, anything you want me to do a video on, just let me know, and I'll try to do it. And otherwise, I hope to be able to get out here pretty soon and get around and film some different stuff on the outside. I like to film little shops and stuff and what have you too, and throw that in. I like to do a little of everything. If you look over all my videos, if you go through them, you'll see I've done them on a little of everything. Some are good, some are bad, but of course, what one person thinks is good, somebody else, don't, and vice versa. And I try. Anyway, I will catch you all later. And I was so glad you were here. And I thank you all very much. And God bless you all. And I'm going to say bye-bye now.